Alright guys, I'm back with another banger, another video. Thank you guys for tuning back into my videos. If you are new to my channel, make sure you please like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. But basically, really want to get this question answered. This is a question I get pretty much often, and we're going to get right into it. The question is basically, how do you lay down your waves, or how do you get your waves to lay down, or your hair sticks up after you put on do-rag, or like if you're in the shower. So this tip is going to help you lay down your waves, make sure your waves are crispy and silky at all times. So what I'm doing now is pretty much brushing, and the main thing you're gonna want to go for is the having a soft brush. Having a soft brush is going to lay down anybody's hair. Like if you have straight hair, if you have medium hair, or if you have coarse hair, you gotta have a soft brush. Soft brushes are like one of the main key essential items in laying your waves down. So you want to make sure you have a soft brush. You want to make sure you have a soft brush and you brush often. Generally too, like when you're in shower brushing, you want to use a medium brush or like maybe a hard brush even, and then when you get out, you want to use a soft brush. Reason why I use that order is just so that my hair lays down better, and it works better with the conditioner. You use a soft brush after, because your hair is already moisturized and always has all like the good conditioner in it. So you want to use a soft brush after. I don't recommend using a soft brush in the shower. You can. I will only say use it if you are a straight hair waver. But if you're a coarse or medium, you want to just use a more tough brush. But yeah, you want to brush, keep brushing, brush as long as you can. Remember back what I said with the brush sessions, you want your brush sessions to be an hour at least a day. Stay up to date with that, just so you won't have any issues with your connections. But to lay it down, you just need a good soft brush. I also too, one of the main key components to what I do is I use a hard brush and then I use a soft brush. So I don't only use a soft brush, I do a combination of the brushes in my sessions a lot of the times. That way, I get a good pull. I get a good pull with the brush, with the hard brush, and then I get a good, my hair lays down with the soft brush. So, that's one thing to keep noted. Stay up to date, stay consistent with it. And then this is the Annie. The Annie is the soft brush that's on the left. The right is the Royalty. I switch sometimes between the Royalty and Torino, but they pretty much do the same thing. And another thing too, you don't have to have the exact same brushes that I do have. I recommend them because I have them and I know that they work. So I would recommend that you get the ones that I have. You don't have to have them, because you may have made purchases before me talking about it. So that's what I recommend. I recommend just Torino, but if you have something else, just make sure you have a feel of the brush too. If you've been using it, you can shower brush with it, and however much you pay for the brush normally tells the quality of the brush. But just make sure it's a good brand. Make sure look at the reviews and all that stuff, because you don't want to invest so much money and you don't have a good brush, or it doesn't last as long. So yeah, and then make sure it's also a wave brush. Make sure you don't get a double-sided brush. Make sure it's actually a wave brush. But what you can see now, it's just my hair is sticking up. That's normal. Your hair is going to stick up. It's just that to minimize it, you have to use a soft brush. You want a soft brush daily. You want to soft brush your hair as much as you can. Just really, if you're at school, if you're at in sports, just have a brush. There's nothing wrong having a brush handy if you're in your car. Just really stay up to date, because the more serious you take it, the better your waves are going to look. So, and the more happy you're going to be with your progress. So that's what I do. I just use soft brush. I mirror brush. And the soft brush, at first I didn't know how important the soft brush was for waves, but it is so very important for you to have a good soft brush. So I would recommend, if you're just starting out to get waves, I would say get either a soft brush first or a medium brush, because when you get waves, you're probably gonna have a fresh cut at some point. So that soft brush is gonna lay down your waves so well, so good. So make sure you get a good one, as I said before. And brush as much as you can. Mirror brush, shower brush, try different methods. Plastic bag method also helps out with laying down your waves. But yeah, just keep up with it. Keep up with the progress. Do not stop brushing. Brush as long as you can. Make sure you have consistent brush patterns so your waves can be even. And another issue I've been seeing is that people have waves better on one side than they have on the other side. The way to combat that is you have to switch your hands out when you're brushing. Like, make sure you don't only use one hand when you brush with your left hand and your right hand. That's gonna fix all of that, all those issues. If you brush with both hands, you're not gonna have that type of issue at all. And lastly, what you want to have is a do-rag. This do-rag is important. Like, having a do-rag to wear often is very, very important, because it's going to lay down your hair and absorb the moisture. So it doesn't matter what color you get. It doesn't matter necessarily what brand. As long as it's a silky, you're going to be okay.
Nice and silky sweet.
But I see a lot of people go crazy with do-rags. I mean, that's all right. Everybody's different, but we're getting results over here. We're not doing all that extra, mess and everything. So just wanting to get waves, just make sure you get a silky, wear it often, and tie it right. So if you look, I'm going to tie it pretty slowly so you can just check out me put it on correctly, because that's going to help make sure that you don't have a line in your head and everything. And I turn it inside out, as you guys know. You can watch my how to tie a do-rag if you need some more assistance on that. But yeah, I just make sure I take my time on that. Make sure I wrap it all the way around my head, so that way I don't have any lines or anything like that. Like, no problem. So yeah, but yeah, man, just wear your do-rag as much as you can too. If you're noticing that you're brushing a lot, make sure you wear your do-rag, because that's going to save the progress. So just don't slack on that stuff, man. Just make sure you're wearing everything. You're brushing, wearing your same do-rag. You're switching up your do-rag often. And yeah, and then having a good leave-in conditioner. Cantu is a good leave-in conditioner to have, because you're going to have something that is going to moisturize your hair. This is going to work for all hair types, and then you don't have to worry about your hair drying out, because you don't want to take off a do-rag and have dry waves. That's not what you want. So make sure your do-rag is on pretty good. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all you have to do. That's the end of the video, man. If you liked the video, make sure you like the video. Thanks so much for watching my video, and I will see you guys in my next video, man. Thank you. Have a good day.